When picking your market, you want to pay keen attention to the key investments in infrastructure. Now, I'm particularly interested in Newcastle because they've got a tremendous pipeline of projects that are coming through the area. You've got investments in transport, tourism, education, and innovation, all changing the way that people integrate and use the CBD. Starting with transport, there are three main projects that Newcastle are investing in: the interchange, light rail, and the airport. This $200 million piece of infrastructure behind me has completely changed the way people are engaging with the CBD. You've got the heavy rail, light rail, buses, taxis, and these little terminals here where people can engage and get easy access into the CBD. Vitally important for a city's growth. The light rail, as I like to call it, train to the beach, is a $260 million investment connecting the eastern and the western sides of the city. Starting in the west, it's predominantly older factories and only now starting to evolve into modern apartment buildings. Just 2.7 kilometers down the track and you're in the east side of the city. Heritage buildings everywhere. It reminds me of the rocks in Sydney. Needless to say, we're also right on the beach. Imagine waking up one morning and suddenly you're minutes away from all of this. Starting with the airport, the $14.5 million investment is going to facilitate international flights, bringing in more tourism, people from outside into the CBD city and the local community. Now, moving on from the airport, we've got the new $17.5 million innovations hub. As part of the hub, they're also trying to invigorate the city by creating free Wi-Fi, smart lighting, and also smart parking technology. Now, they're doing all of this to try and incentivize entrepreneurs, students, and artistic heads that come into the CBD, enliven, invigorate, and bring in new energy and vibrance. Education has been at the backbone of Newcastle's innovation, the driving force. This $95 million campus has injected an additional 3,500 students and staff. There's a second campus, the Honeysuckle, which will more than double these numbers. Think about that, all these people coming into the CBD, injecting this life, energy, and influence. Now, what's particularly interesting now is we're going to ask the question, does Newcastle have all the key infrastructure needed to drive growth in the years to come? I think that that's a resounding yes.